Today, guys, we are going to be using this slab of clay that I gave you. You carried it to your table just like this. You're going to put it on your table. So we're going to take out of your toolkit, sorry I didn't get it, out of this toolkit, I want you to find this popsicle stick, okay? And we are going to cut this piece of clay into three pieces, okay? 3 pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half right here. So down the middle, I'm going to hold my popsicle stick in my hand. I'm going to put my finger on the skinny side, not on the flat side, on the skinny side, just like that. Okay, so it looks like a knife. And I'm going to push down to the mat, all the way down to the mat, and I'm going to pull towards me. And that's going to cut this into 2 pieces. Okay? So the next thing I want to do is I want to set one piece to the side, and I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to turn it sideways, do the same thing. I'm going to cut it 2 pieces. So that way I have 1, 2, 3 pieces. Do you see that? 1, 2, 3. Okay? Okay. So now I want to take this square and I want to smack and slap it into a ball. So now we're going to make a pinch pot, and I'm trying to think if you guys have ever made a pinch pot before, but if you haven't, so we're going to take our thumb, we're going to push it down. It's kind of hard. Kind of hard to do. So now we're going to pinch and turn, pinch and turn. We're just supporting it in this hand, pinch and turn, pinch and turn. And once we get that opening wide enough for both of our thumbs to go in, thumbs go in the middle, fingers around the outside, pinch with both fingers and thumb and turn, pinch and turn, pinch and turn. And if it starts to split apart like this, take a little slip, stick it in there, and kind of smooth it back together, okay? Now, you can have a smooth rock. You could have a bumpy rock with cracks in it like this one. You could take your finger and smooth all of that out if you want to. I kind of like the cracks and the bumps and the dimples. Kind of makes my rock look a little bit more, I don't know, rocky, I guess. So I'm going to take it and give it a little tap. Okay, you see that? And that's going to be my rock that I'm going to sit on. Now, I gave you guys a piece of paper. We're going to wad that piece of paper up, and I'm going to stick it down in here. Okay, just like that. That is going to help keep me from crushing my rock whenever I build my other pieces. So we're going to put that off to the side, just like that. Okay? Okay, so now that we have our base made, where this is our rock, we need to make a little starfish right here on the front. So I'm gonna take this piece of clay and I'm just gonna cut me a little sliver off of it. And I'm gonna take this and kind of squeeze it in my hand. And I'm going to roll it on the mat to where I make a little worm, little snake. This is called a coil. And for those of you that have been with me a while, you know what a coil is. We've done coils before. So I'm going to cut this into 3 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut here, move it so that I can get the same cut here. Okay, so now I'm going to take these 2 pieces and I need to crisscross them like an X. So I'm gonna take my slip and score, slip and score, and I'm gonna give them a little squish, okay? But how many points does a star have? Does it have 2, 3, 4? It has 5, you're right. So I'm gonna take the rest of this one. It doesn't need to be that long. I'm gonna cut that, put that in my bank, save it for later. Slip and score, slip and score. I'm gonna put this one right here and squish it together, okay? So now I need to kind of get it in my hands, get some of that slip, really get it going, get it in the shape of a star, okay? Now, look what a cute little starfish. Now starfish sometimes they have different length arms, so you don't have to change it if you don't want to. If you like how your star is looking, then you go for it, babe. This is your little project, okay? I want to make some texture on my starfish, so I'm gonna give him a little texture with my texture tools I'm just barely tapping this, not hardly doing anything at all, just making some indentions. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my starfish and put it right here on the front. You see that? Okay, so I'm gonna take my slip and score on the back, slip and score on the front, and kind of put my little starfish right there and give it a little wiggle. Give it a little pull so it stays, okay? All right, now I need to make my seaweed. My seaweed is gonna come up from behind. He's gonna support my fish because my fish is swimming through the seaweed, okay? I'm gonna take this little piece here and I'm gonna draw with my skewer. I'm gonna draw some wavy lines. Okay, we're gonna do some wavy lines. But I'm gonna push all the way down and I'm gonna pull across the mat. So I'm gonna push all the way down and pull. We want to take our finger and we want to smooth those out with that slip. We don't want any sharp edges or little pieces that could cut us later after we get these out of the kiln. Because once we put these in the kiln, they're going to come out like glass. They're going to be very sharp. So we want to make sure that we've smoothed all of those edges while it's soft. Otherwise, we could get hurt. So I'm going to do that with all of these. Okay, now that I have my seaweed, I'm going to bend it right here, make a little foot. Make it have a little L shape. Do you see that? See where I made that little L? Now I'm going to slip and score on the bottom of his foot, and I'm going to slip and score on my rock, and I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to start marrying those two together. They need to really stick because I don't want anything to come off in the kiln. So that we have some seaweed that pokes up. See how that works? See how that works? Okay. Okay, I'm going to do it with all of these. I'm going to bend it, slip and score it, slip and score it, and Okay, we're gonna take, we don't even need that much. We need half of this. We're gonna take half of that clay and make a little ball. It's gonna be about the size of a good bouncy ball. Roll it around in your hands to get it smooth. All right, now we need to make this into an Oreo cookie. So we're gonna use the meaty part of our hand and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, pick it up and turn it. 1, 2, 3, pick it up and turn it. 1, 2, 3, pick it up and turn it. 1, 2, 3, pick it up and turn it. That's good. So it's about as thick as an Oreo cookie. Do you see that? Where it's kind of thick as my pinky. See? Okay. All right, so this is gonna be the body of our fish. But fish breathe through gills and not like we do. They breathe underwater. And the gills pull the water in and push the water back out. So we need to make a line that tells us where our gills are gonna be. So we're gonna take this skewer and we're just drawing a line. We're not pushing all the way through. We're not cutting him, okay? We're just pulling it around so that we have a gill, okay? I didn't cut through it, see? It's still one piece. All right, now I'm gonna flip it over and now he's facing this way. So I'm gonna do my gills going the opposite direction. That way, it's a sculpture. So if anybody looks at it from any side, they're gonna be able to see that it's a fish, okay? So now we need to make his eyes. So we're gonna take a little piece of clay and roll it into a ball. We're gonna take our thumb and give it a squish. Now, if it starts to split apart, you see that where it's split a little bit? I'm gonna take my finger, dip it in the slip, and I'm gonna smooth that out, okay? Like a little disc. Make it like a little coin, okay? Smooth it out. Now I'm gonna take my slip, I'm gonna scratch on this piece. I'm gonna put his little eyeball right there. He has a big eyeball. Hello. Now I'm gonna take the end of my skewer, the flat end, and I'm gonna squish it down in here. Okay. Now we have an eyeball on this side. Now I need to do one on the other side. Okay, now that I have his eyes on, I want to do his scales back here. I want to do the texture. So I'm going to take the back part of the skewer, or you could take one of these wooden tools that has this little rounded edge that's in your toolbox, or you could take the end of your popsicle stick even to do these. Anything with a nice smooth round end will work. And I'm gonna follow the line. How do I want these? I don't know. Let's see. Do I want them like this? Yes. So I'm gonna follow the line around on my fish. The way I did my, you see the way I did my gill here? I'm following that line. Okay, now that I have my gills and my fins, my scales done. Sorry, I got some clay in there. I need to do my mouth. So you could have a smiley mouth, you could have a straight mouth, you could have a frowny mouth. You decide how you want your mouth to be. I'm gonna take my skewer and I'm gonna cut just through his face. And then I'm gonna separate it out. I'll do this side too. Okay. Use that slip to kind of smooth his lips out. Now if you start to lose a line or lose a texture, you can always go back and very gently fix it. Now we need to make his fin, his top fin, his back fin, and his side fin. So I'm gonna take a little piece of clay and I'm gonna roll it into a ball. All right, now back to our fin. We wanna pound this into a cookie. Keep turning it in a circle so it stays a circle. And it needs to be about as thick as your pinky. Now I'm gonna take my popsicle stick and I'm gonna cut it in half. So this will go here and this will go here. You see how that works out? Now I need to make some lines, and I want his fin to be kind of curved a little bit. So I'm gonna put my thumbs in the middle and kind of smooth that into a V. You see that? I'm gonna put my thumbs like this and smooth it. Okay. Then I'm gonna draw my fins. I'm gonna do the veins, the little bones texture, just drawing it. If you do it on one side, you have to do it on the other. Okay? Get those clay boogers off of there. And then I'm gonna take my slip, smooth it out. Okay? I'm gonna tap him. I'm gonna tap it right here on this edge, and I'm gonna give it a little flat surface so that I can slip and score here, slip and score here, and stick it right here. Okay. Now to get that to stay, you see that line right there? We have to smooth that out. I like to take my thumb, or you can take one of these wooden sticks that's got that curve like your thumb, and you're gonna just pull it. So see, I'm gonna erase that line with my stick. And then smooth it with my finger. Okay, and flip it over. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna smooth it, get rid of that line. Now, I'm gonna do the same thing with this piece. I'm gonna kind of curve it a little bit because my top of my fish is curved. Okay, I'm gonna slip and score. I'm gonna slip and score, and I'm gonna attach it. And then I'm gonna use my stick, this little tool here, and I'm going to smooth that down. Erase that line. I'm going to do it in the front as well as the back. So do you see how I'm getting that on the front of the fish? And then I'm going to erase that line on this side. Okay. And on the back side. Here. So I didn't do my lines first. I wanted to wait so that I could get the fin on. Then I'll go back after I get it all nice and smooth. Then I'll go back and make my lines. I have a fish. I have a fish and I have a rock. See my fish and rock? Now I need to put this little fish right in here in this little seaweed. We need to secure him right in here. And you can have one of these come forward, or it can all be behind him. You just need to decide. I think I'm just gonna have some poking out from behind him. So now I need to slip and score on the bottom here. I need to slip and score here. And touch him, give him a little wiggle, bend his little fin out. Okay. Look how cute that is. He looks so cute. Can you see it? Let me move all the stuff. Look how cute this little guy is. He turned out so precious. And now I'm going to put him in the kiln. And when you get him back, he'll be all nice and pretty and white. And then we will glaze him. And then we will fire him again. Now I'm going to turn him over. I forgot to tell you this part. I'm going to turn him over and I'm going to write your lunch number, your ID number right here on the bottom so that we know it's yours.